Brown. Jesus Christ is Lord. Hop on board. Be left out there, uh, which is nowhere. You're left out there, it is nowhere if you are without the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. Don't be left out there because out there is nowhere when you don't have the Lord. So, Jesus Christ is Lord, hop on board. Hey, that rhymes. I rap, you know that. I got companies and stuff like that. I got all kind of stuff God's gonna return to me. People try to steal it, but it has stamps and stuff that is unique to me. You know, there's one thing about the Bible. A lot of people that read the Bible and stuff, and they went to Bible school, they understand when a writer writes stuff. Even when they were figuring out who wrote certain books in the Bible, they knew based on the style of how the person wrote that that was the person. Not only because the person put their name in there, but if you look at, like, some people might mention some of the same things that happen, but writers write a certain way. They use certain words, they do certain things. Even if they change up a few things, you still can identify it's them. You can still identify their voice and how they do things. So, like when some of the pastors and stuff were trying to figure out, hey, who wrote this book? Who wrote that book? Well, in there, if you look in the book, you can see the person speaking in their voice, like, I went to such and such, and then they start talking about who the person is, and this person was with Jesus. He said, I, Luke, was with Jesus, or Paul speaks about it, I, Paul, I, Peter, and then whatever the case may be, like, you'll figure out that it's that person. Or in the dream, Jesus will say, listen, Paul, or whatever the case may be. If you read it properly, you'll figure out who wrote the book, because something in the book, where somebody addresses the person or something that occurs, will let you know who wrote the book. So, in my music and my songs, when I write music and songs, I put all kind of stuff about my life, my family, my favorite color, my height, my birthday, anything like that. That's what I've been doing for my whole life. It doesn't even matter if you start doing it too about yourself. My stuff, it still doesn't match yours. Like, say for instance, my mother's name is Annie. So of course I wrote the song "It's a hard knock life." Nobody has to believe that, as long as you understand my mother's name is Annie, and "It's a Hard Knocks Life" comes from the movie Annie. You don't have to believe I wrote it. Whenever God decides to give me back my stuff, I don't really have to do a lot of fighting. I don't have to argue with nobody. I could just speak about it every now and then and just chill. My mother's name is Annie. I'm the rapper. I'm from Bed-Stuy. All the schematics match me. If I say I wrote "It's a Hard Knock Life," you say, no, because it sounds like a dude wrote it. No, you mean they rewrote something. So they have a derivative of mine. But because they took it without permission, they really can't use it at all. Like, I could pull it off the market. But why should I do that when they're going to owe me all the money back, not just a little bit? Like, say if I use somebody's song, I'll credit them. So the only thing they can do to me is have me pay them royalties. Not a big deal. Like, if I use their song, I say, oh, this is the person. Or if I forget, they know, oh, she only forgot. She's not trying to say it's her song. So they don't have a legal beef with me. I just couldn't get around to saying it's theirs. But if somebody tries to take my song and act like it's theirs, you better be Jewish or Christian. You know I'm gonna forgive you because you're doing it for God. Somebody was messing with you. You had to get something out there. Fine. If you're Jewish or Christian, I don't know if you're Jewish or Christian. I'm not coming after Jews and Christians. There's many people out there on the charts that have some of my works and stuff. I don't mess with them. As long as God is getting praised, one day we'll settle it. If it's in heaven later on, doesn't matter. But the people that are they hate God, do not use my stuff. But if you do, it's still going to worship God, and you're going to think you dissing him, and you actually showing him respect, because it's my work. Most of the stuff in there already praises him. You just don't understand what praising God is. So when you try to diss him, even your diss sounds like a praise. And yeah, the stuff that they say in their song, it's so confusing because many of the insults apply to themselves. Like in one of my songs where I was gonna write a song about New York, uh, and someone put in their song, "Jesus can't save you. Life begins with a church ends." You're the one that doesn't believe in Jesus, so you're right. Jesus can't save you. You're the only one that's gonna suffer from not being saved. Everybody else knows Jesus can save me. I choose to follow him or not. So that was my song. But you can say it's yours if you want to. You're not hurting the Christians or the Jews by saying Jesus can't save you. You're hurting yourself. But you tried to hurt us. That's why we're after you. Your intent, like when people get charged with crimes, they get charged with crimes because of their intent. We don't be really going after people that's just making mistakes. But your intention was to steal, kill, and destroy. So the Christian community is coming after you because you came to kill, steal, and destroy. If you only was trying, you were down on your luck or whatever they say, luck, and you just needed some bread. Everybody be like, "Yo, man, you did a good job with it." Like if I found out somebody you used my work and oh, you was just hungry, you just needed to pay your rent. Well, go on and do well with it. I do have to get credit. You find a way to put my name in a micro and stuff. Put it micro, make they could use a magnifying glass. I don't care. Put it down there. Try to say something nice about God. If you in need, I don't mind that you use my stuff. Jews and Christians, you can use my stuff. I just need to make sure God gets His glory. If you're gonna put me on there, but you could put me in regular. You could put me on a micro. You could do it like radio silence, if you understand what I'm saying. I don't mind that. But somebody that's taking my stuff and then they switching it to discard instead of worship God. My music worship God. It's fire stuff, but it worship God. If somebody trying to switch it to discard, you still wind up worshiping him. You don't realize that you messed up and you didn't actually diss him. You didn't actually diss him, you dissed yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. Why are you trying to fight me? You beat yourself up. I'm sitting back minding my business. The people that have stole my songs and changed the lyrics, when I listen to the lyrics, I'm a wordsmith. When I listen to the lyrics, I'm like, you're beating your own self up in the song you stole from me. There's nothing for me to do. I'm just only saying you stole my song and you're dissing God. Stop doing that. I'm just trying to tell you, stop dissing God. If you would stop dissing God and respect him, I wouldn't be after you for stealing my song. So if you had taken my song and tried to worship God, we wouldn't even be in there. I wouldn't be shouting you out to say that you stole my song. You do you see? But you probably know the person that the people that have been stealing my song. You probably know some of the people that use my song, and I don't bother them, and they don't discard, so I don't bother them. The people that use my songs and they don't discard, I never say nothing about them. I will settle it up later. I do so much stuff that I'll be fine and I'll settle up when I can. But if you take my song and try to diss God and then I listen to it, I'm like, you actually dissing yourself in the song. You're not really dissing him. Jesus can't save you. Life begins when the church ends. You're the one that need to be saved. We save. We don't care if you say Jesus can't save you. We're just telling you stop trying to disrespect God because it's only going to hurt you. Disrespecting God doesn't hurt him. It's awful, and people are like, yo, he dissing God, but at the same time, yo, he whooping his own behind when he dissing God. So if he want to do that, do that. When it ultimately boils down, I'm gonna get all the money that came from that song. I have no qualms about it. Also, you're not making enough money on my songs. You really disrespecting me. Like some of the people that stealing my song, like you're bringing down the market. Like um Rihanna is supposed to be a billionaire. Chris Brown is supposed to be a billionaire, but because of the whack people that dance and take their clothes off and not really singers, everybody else is not a billionaire yet. Like, all you know how many Americans supposed to be billionaires by now? But because we got people that take their clothes off and that's supposed to be dancing and singing, so then the real dancer like Chris Brown, he can't get that $1 billion. He's supposed to have been a billionaire by now, but because we got whack people pretending to be at the top, Chris Browns and these people, can't get their $1 billion. Cameron was saying, "Where is our billionaires? Where's all our black billionaires?" They've been Billy, but the only thing is they can't really do that because they got black people at the top who stuck. You supposed to shoot up to 10, 20, 100, and they could come up to like Chris Brown. He could be already having $1 billion. He would have been like one of the youngest billionaires. They try to stop him. Chris Brown should be a billionaire by now, but because the whack people at top giving themselves Grammys, stealing Grammys, even 50 Cent saying these Grammys is fake. Tupac don't even got a Grammy. So you know the Grammys is fake. Our rappers in South America, we supposed to have a lot of billionaires, not just black. We supposed to have billionaires across the community. But because Oprah is so selfish and she got to be the only billionaire, Jay-Z got to be the only fake billionaire, all these people got to be the only fake billionaire. We really did have Diddy as a billionaire. We really did have Kanye as a billionaire. But these people will get back to that. They knew how to get there the first time. They'll get back there again. But the other people are coming around trying to squash the billionaires. Will you move out of the way so America can be on top and we can look around and be like we on top of the music scene, everybody? Our rappers are supposed to be billionaires. They didn't make a mistake choosing rap. They could stick with rap solo and become billionaires. They could do movies, they could do all that stuff if they want to. But Chris Brown made an album. He had like 20 or 30 songs on there. That album was supposed to go ballistic. But because you got women and men on top, the only thing they want to do is take off their clothes and shake their butt. Go do that in a strip club so our people can be billionaires. Do that in a strip club and make that $5. Let Chris Brown and Rihanna already went to a billionaire. Let the other people come out there that really want to do music and let them do music so we can have multi-billionaires. Cameron and they're crying about where is our billionaires? Where's our black billionaires? They did their part. We got some scrubs at the top that's buying Grammys and buying radio sales. Would have had like 1,000 or more black billionaires by now, and we got some hidden ones. Don't be fooled. We do have black billionaires. We got people that just don't talk about their money. So we do have them, but we would have had some that didn't mind showing themselves. Like when I do what I do, our people are gonna come up. We're gonna get the billionaires, the trillionaires. Like our Apple company is a $1 trillion company now in America. Most of our companies should be like that. We shouldn't still be in the billion. Our tech companies are supposed to be trillion. So Apple did that. We just letting you know we could do it. But we got these scrubs at the top trying to disrespect Yahweh. Everybody will throw away all their money because you try to mess with Yahweh Elohim, the God of the Jews, and you messing with the Jews. We don't care about the money right now. You done said some crazy stuff about Yahweh and the Jews. We're busy worried about Yahweh. He could hook us up with money anytime. We could get $1 billion overnight. You said some crazy stuff about Yahweh Elohim, and you don't know why everything going down for you. Everybody right now, we worry. We know about we could be billionaires, trillionaires, all that. But some people done said some stuff about Yahweh Elohim. We keep trying to tell you, calm down. They talking about the Bible and some nasty stuff. They talking about the Bible. They said it a couple of years ago. We just trying to tell you, calm down. And the thing is that God fight his own battle. The children of God do fight. You see Israel, they go to war, they kick behind, yeah. But God will send an earthquake. Act like you don't know God do what he do. Y'all better read that Bible. God will send an earthquake. God didn't send an earthquake to Iran multiple times when they were yelling and talking crazy to Israel. That MP in Turkey, he didn't drop dead while he was threatening Israel. That happened in the Bible before. When somebody was breathing out threatenings to Israel and stuff, like they died and different things like that. Fire came down and whatever. This is not a game. You know, God is serious. Like he will fight for himself. This is why Lucifer couldn't get to him on the throne. Lucifer said he's going to ascend above the clouds and be like the Most High. Well, in order to do that, you got to take God off the throne. Are you mad, man? Are you mad? Lucifer said he was going to take God off the throne. You can't even see him. Like he's like an invisible God. But just like air and water, you feel the effects of him. You need him. You need him. God don't need you. God don't need us. He just created us as his children. And people are talking greasy about God. Would you allow somebody to talk crazy about your mother and father? You got a good mother and father, so we don't want people talking crazy about God. But at a certain point, he shut us down and he go, I got this myself. And then when earthquake come over here, when all kind of crazy stuff start happening, like they was trying to build a mosque one year, and the whole thing just collapsed and stuff. Well, I did pray, and that sucker collapsed. I prayed that that mosque got out of there, and it collapsed. I think like the people that are stealing my songs and stuff like that, they're not going to get away with it. So I don't really have to fight them too much. But when I speak about it, they act like I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about my music. I'm not saying anything about you. I mentioned my brother's name. My brother's name is James. I'm sorry his name happened to be Jay Z. You don't have to like it. My brother's name is James. My name is Sharon Brown. I'm sorry that I made the name Swiss Beats as my name. If you don't think it's true, why is my initials SB? My name is Sharon Brown. I'm from Bedford Stuyvesant. My initials is SB, not Kasim Dean. Swiss Beats don't even make sense for Kasim Dean, and he's Muslim. So they still listen. My name is Sharon Brown. I say, just me. You don't have to. You can do whatever you want to do it. I say I made the name Swiss Beats for myself, right? SB. I used to say I'm Switzerland because I don't take sides. I'm neutral. I wanted to go into law, so that's something that I say. It's a legal thing. Switzerland usually doesn't take people's side. So I usually say I'm Switzerland, I don't take side. But when it comes to the Bible, of course I'm on God's side. But I said I'm Switzerland. So when it came time to make a few names for rap and stuff, I made a couple of different names. And every time I make a name for myself, somebody would steal it and I would see it out there. But my last name is Brown. If you look through some of the rap, you'll see some of the names. I can't blame them. They were underage. Certain things happen there. So some females that use the last name Brown in their rap name, I can't go after them. They were underage. There's, there. So we're dealing with that. And there's a situation now. There was some underage girl. There's a young man saying that he might be the son of. It's not his fault. He doesn't know. He wasn't there. He just know that it's a possibility somebody is his father. So in my neighborhood, I would be making a name. So my last name is Brown. So as a rapper, I'm thinking blank Brown. This was a character. Let me use that. All of a sudden, somebody comes out with that rap name, and they're a blank Brown, but they just have to. All the people that use my name just have to be with this certain guy. So my nickname is Peaches. They got Peaches on their record. When they get nasty, he call her Peaches. Calm down. Just calm down. Don't listen. When they get nasty, he called Peaches, but my nickname is Peaches. And then my name is Sharon, my first name. They just did a movie, and they played the character Sharon, and it was yeah. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. My name is Sharon. The Stalker did a movie that she played the character Sharon. She's a producer on the movie. I'm saying that she's using my stuff. She plays a character named Sharon. So she proves that I'm wrong by playing a character named Sharon. My name is Sharon. The girl he was with before you, she used the rap name and the last name was Brown. Now, you do a movie and you got to play blank Cleopatra. So you trying to, but is it a lie though? But when I tell the truth, people are running from the truth. What can you do? What can you do against the truth? Like you just can't say it's true because it's true. I can't stop telling the truth. I only know how to tell the truth. My family's nickname for me is Peaches. This clown got in her song when we get nasty, he called me Peaches. That my name Peaches too. You did a movie. You had to play Sharon. That's my name. I said that my producer name is Swiss Beats SB. The person he worked with has to be SB Swiss Beat. Everything I do, it just has to be the same. He was with a girl before that, Foxy Brown. My last name just happened to be Brown. My mother's name is Annie. I did the song called Hard Knocks Life in Bed-Stuy, but he just happened to do a Hard Knocks Life. Just because you see the remix that he did doesn't mean I didn't make the original. So I did Annie. It's a Hard Knocks Life. My mother's name is Annie. Uh, you can look at my birth certificate. I don't have to prove it. Like I already know it, so I don't really have to prove it. My mother's name is Annie. As a rapper, I'm using my own stuff that God gave me to rap about. So when I say my mother's name is Annie, I'm the one that was born with red hair. So my mother's name is Annie, but I'm the one that was born with red hair. My sister would tell me as a little baby I was born with red hair, and I had like blonde and all kind of stuff because we have a mix in our family of racial stuff. Even though I'm dark, there's a mix, and so in Bed-Stuy. I didn't realize the person lived not too far from us. When my stuff used to go missing, I had no idea that he lived far from us. I didn't know that the rapper lived not too far from us in Bedford Stuyvesant. Where all my stuff used to go missing. I'd be like, "What my?" And then somebody whose last name was Carter that lived upstairs from me. She used to like to come to my house, and my notebook paper would be missing, like my songs and stuff. And then when I would go to my church, I would take audio cassettes and give them songs and stuff I made to get put into the church. But I was doing hip hop and like all kinds of different music. But one of our pastors played keyboard. I'm just going to say the name. One of our pastors, Leo Cologne, played keyboard for Mariah Carey, Mary J. Blige. I just had a song that was hateration, adoration, but I guess she did it. I'm probably mistaken that I was handing in songs to my church, and all of a sudden, a lot of the stuff I made up, you did on your album, and a lot of the people in the community. And then when I go to church, people from people from Hollywood that don't live in my neighborhoods come to my churches. But I'm wrong that y'all using my songs. I'm handing in cassettes to the church with my songs, but they're not using it, but I'm hearing my songs. You're not using it in the church, but all of a sudden I'm hearing my songs. But I'm wrong. But God got this. My thing is I'm not mad that the songs get out there as long as this God is being worshipped. And you're a singer, you want other people to sing your songs anyway, and you want to sing it too. I'm not mad about it. It really doesn't do anything to me. It's there to be shared with everybody. And the silly thing is, if you want to use my song, all you got to do is ask to use it. You know, there are some artists that do comp people. I even said it in one of my songs. I will comp people sometimes. You could get it back on the royalties. You don't even really have to charge people up front. You can get a lot of stuff back on royalties. Like so, if you don't pay me up front, whatever the song sells, I'll get royalties anyway. Like a person can charge you for a song you use, or they can wait until the royalties come in. They'll get money as a songwriter. The songwriter sometimes get more money than the singer. That's why a lot of people like to steal my song, because the songwriters were getting paid and the singers weren't getting paid on the radio. So they were complaining that they weren't getting paid. The radio knows you didn't write the song. Just check back in the day and to see the singers were crying that they weren't getting paid when the songs were getting played on the radio. Everybody was feeling sorry for them, but you stole it from a songwriter. The way that it's sung, the attitude and all that, you acting like that's you. The songwriter, that's her attitude. That's his attitude. So when I write a song, the attitude that you got, all that fly, that's me that wrote it. I even wrote the ad lib and the woo 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 and all the stuff that you do in the song. So when you out there acting like it's you, just you don't even gotta explain it. Just put it on the album cover. If you don't want to talk about it, just put it in the album. This person wrote it. Because if there's anybody looking to get a song like that, they're gonna come to me. Instead, you're gonna have to rob me again to get another song like that. Why keep being a robber when you could just ask somebody to use their stuff? Then you telling me you have bad intentions towards me and my God. I have a problem with that. I don't care about stuff. We can't take that with us to heaven. Who cares? You try to steal something, it's still mine. Run to Africa with it. I bet you it still belongs to me. I bet you I could sing most of the stuff that you try to steal. I could sing it. And if I don't remember it, God will show it to me in a dream. God, I had a dream about something I was singing when I was younger. I'm like, if I ever lost a song, God will show me what it was. I was singing a song about being a model because my father used to walk the runway with models. So all the stuff that happened in my life and my family life, I make songs and stuff about it. Again, I'll say my mother's name is Annie. So I made a song called It's a Hard Knock Life because there's the movie Annie. But of course, other people are going to say they did it, and I lived in Bed-Stuy, but they're gonna say they did it in Bed-Stuy. I did it in Bed-Stuy around the time you're saying you did it, and I did it sometimes before you did it. But my mother's name is Annie. Okay, you want to say that's a coincidence? Why is your wife in a movie where she playing Sharon? My name is Sharon. I'm from Bed-Stuy. That's a coincidence? That's a coincidence that your wife is in a movie playing a character named Sharon and my name is Sharon, but I've been accusing you of robbing me. So now makes a movie, Sharon, and the movie Obsessed, where Sharon is being stalked. You're the stalker. You're the stalker. But in the movie is based on a book that I wrote with Haven, and we're doing a thing. Like, there's a book that I wrote about us going and finding traffickers, sexual traffickers, and stuff like that. I really wanted to do that, but I wrote a book about finding the sex trafficker. Well, they're starting to do that now. They're getting big arrests and stuff like that. So I'm very happy. Um, but she's in the movie playing Sharon. Damn, it's not obvious. Like y'all still gonna pretend y'all don't know? She's literally in the movie playing Sharon. I'm saying she been copying me. You still gonna act like you don't know? How are you going to make somebody believe that when I've been saying the child keeps copying me and my music, and then she goes and makes a movie with my name Sharon in it, and she got to play the character Sharon, and y'all still saying she not copying me? She just made up the name, but I've been accusing her of robbing me of my songs and my music, and then she plays a character named Sharon. Ain't nothing happening to me. So you did that. You thought something was gonna happen. You were gonna play the movie, and I was gonna check out. I'm still here and alive. Now everybody know you done played a movie about my life, and you looking like a clown. You stole my nickname Peaches, but you made it nasty. You played a movie where you pretending to be Sharon. My name is in your movie. You don't even own the movie. I'm Sharon. You're not Sharon. You play on the big screen as Sharon. You a clown. Like these people, I don't really want to talk to. Like she kept trying to get me to meet her. You're a stalker. You played in a movie as me. I'm supposed to come into Hollywood and play in a movie as you if you're the famous one. But you did a movie with my name. I'm telling you and people that you are stealing my song, and then you go and make a movie with my name, but you thought you got me all hemmed up, and you thought I was gonna die and all this crazy stuff. I'm still here. Now everybody know you played in a movie with a character named Sharon. That's my name. I've been telling everybody you robbing my stuff. Then you go make a movie with a character named Sharon. The movie Obsessed, the character Sharon is being stalked, but the person singing the song is is the one that's stalking the one that the person that made the movie is the actual stalker. That happened before, yeah. Yeah, but my thing is that there's no way to get around the obvious. I was thinking today, God was showing me about where I used to be hanging out and stuff. I used to go different places, and I used to say, I want them to build this and this and this over at this area. And certain people would try to come in and take over and act like it was their idea, but they forgot. I used to call some of these places. I used to use their service. This is in their system. Some of the stores that I went to over in that area, they have my information in there. So when I use my credit card, whatever over there, they see the time that I was over there. And then when they start building stuff over there, you came after me. So when they did the Brooklyn Nets arena over there, I was hanging out over there every day, and I said they should build something over there. I was trying to move. I called this dentist place and told them I want to buy it. Don't hide. Listen to the truth. I called this dentist place. I called them. I told them I want to purchase the place. The call that I placed to that is still there. If I got a bill from years ago, it's going to be a dentist place not far from the Brooklyn Nets arena. It's going to show I was calling over there trying to buy that place so I could move over there because I wanted them to build an arena before people claim they had the idea to build the arena. But you're going to see there's a dentist place not far from there. I wanted to move in that area, and it's not far from the clock tower. I got I got receipts, as they would say. You can't outfox God. And whoever it is, probably they peeking and watching, and then they probably go back to tell him, damn, she got receipts. Like they think I don't have no evidence. I really don't need the evidence. My word is good. But if I did need it, God is showing me I have it. I don't know what made me want to buy that place over there, except I wanted them to build an arena over there. So I called the place and I told them I would like to purchase this office, this dentist office, and I wanted them to build an arena over there. So that call is on their phone. I could just go to the dentist place and get the bill from their phone. You can't erase that. What, especially their business. Ooh, child, this is great. We got him. We got him. We got him. God got him. Let's see what kind of stuff I got today. Oh, this is like some of the same stuff I had. Yeah, so I have all the evidence I need to prove the stuff is mine. And then with the pastor at my church working with the people like Mariah Carey and being the keyboardist for them, I could easily prove there was motive and opportunity for the songs that I was handing into church. They were taking it back to some of the singers, letting them steal it. So when I was handing in the songs to church, they were giving, being harassing and stuff like that. They started acting funny at the church, and then someone told me, "Oh, Leo Cologne, the pastor, he plays keyboard for Mariah Carey and Mary J. Blige when they go on the road. That's why it sounds like they singing my songs." I don't know if he's a crook or if he just made sure he knew where he was taking it. He got a name. That name Cologne could possibly be Jewish. I don't know what he is. I don't know if he's Spanish or if he's Jewish. But this is just hilarious. The pastor, the pastor was playing back. The pastor was playing keyboard. God is hilarious. I forgot. I forgot all about that when I was telling them they were robbing me, and then they're saying, "Oh no, we're not robbing her." All I had to tell them was my pastor plays keyboard for them. When I hand songs into my church, my stuff has been going missing. One of the girls from the church was coming into my house, and my notebook that I used to write my songs and stuff in there used to be empty. I was like, "Where my paper? Where my songs at? She taking it down the block to steal and give it to the pastor who goes on tour with Mary J. Blige and them. Now bust this. Yeah. Her last name, her last name is Carter. She's a Carter. Listen, if people want to lie, God is gonna punish the people for knowing what's real and knowing what's true and not doing the right thing. The Bible says, "Do not go with the crowd to do evil when they're going to do evil." People are trying to steal. People are trying to act like they're something that they're not. Nobody can tell. Nobody can say to Beyonce, "You are not Sharon. Why did you play her in a movie? What's wrong with you?" Nobody is brave enough to say, "Look, Beyonce, you're not Sharon. You playing her in a movie. She's very important. A lot of important public things have been said to me. My church was a TV ministry. You trying to rob me? And my church was a TV ministry. We were on TV. The churches that I go to, the celebrities come there from all around the world to come where we are. Whatever church I'm at, the celebrities find us there. I'm not coming for you. I go to regular shows and stuff like that. I see Jewish and Christian artists, but for the other artists that's been robbing me, you've been asking me to come to your shows and stuff like that. You see, I keep turning you down. I go to the Knicks game because my father is a boxer, so we are into sport. And then you got to grab my hand. Say you didn't grab my hand because all I gotta do is check the Jumbotron. You know that stuff on. I do computers and stuff like that. That stuff that you put on the cameras and whatever. It don't matter if you think you erased it. That stuff is there forever. It's good. This is good. But my thing is that I just want people to be truthful. It hurts you worse to lie about it because you know God is going to eventually expose what really happened. I completely forgot about the Brooklyn Nets arena that I called that area years ago. And I was telling the man I wanted to buy this property and move over there because I wanted them to build something over there. Somebody else act like it was his idea. If there's not a dentist place over there, you can ask them, just somebody call them for purchase that property. And you can see it on their phone bill. On my phone bill, you can see that I called them. On their phone bill, you can see they got a call in. And it's a business, so it's easy to find that dentist office. My phone number, I called them and told them I was interested in their property. I also was interested in the clock tower, and I wanted them to build a stadium arena because my father is into sport. I was into running and stuff like that. And somebody tried to recruit me for tennis. That was before Venus and Serena, but I'm glad they got it. I wasn't really, I mean, I was interested, and I was in Shaolin. If you know what Shaolin, don't say it. You don't have to clarify what Shaolin. But when I was in Shaolin, like I used to walk through the streets and be rapping and stuff like that. It's a heavy rap scene over there. And I used to be dancing out in the fields and stuff like that. It is city, but it's a little kind of country too. They got a lot of grassy areas and stuff like that in Shaolin. Everybody understand what Shaolin is? So over there, see, God be making me tell all the story. Over in Shaolin, I used to eat at 7-Eleven. I used to get the Slurpees. So I wrote a song called 7-Eleven, but somebody else is pretending that they did. I used to eat from 7-Eleven since I was like 10 or less. And my thing is that before they made their fake 7-Eleven song, I made the real one. I bought a book of 7-Eleven coupons off of eBay. That's still in the system, the date that I bought it. You'll see I bought a stack of coupons this big on eBay. It'll show you I was dealing in the 7-Eleven. I made a dance with my feet because I have disability, and it's also an exercise. I'm going to do like the exercises that my father was uh, um, a boxer, so like all the workout and stuff like that. And then like for people with disability, I did it, but it's a dance, and it's also if you look at the video, you see her doing the dance with her feet. You could dance fine. Why are you just doing the dance with your feet? I do it because I have a spinal issue. So she don't know why I was doing the dance with my feet, and I didn't go all hard because I got spinal issues. So I only kept the feet, moving the feet. So when she's walking up on the balcony or whatever, she's doing that dance with her feet. It looks like a snake, and I was thinking about like the snake. Whatever. I'm just telling you the truth. You'll find out later, or you'll find out now because a lot of the stuff. If you go to like I used to go to Elam International Fellowship. I don't necessarily have a great thing about them. Not that they were terrible to me per se. There was a few people that was terrible. It's just that they're not keeping Christianity. It seems like they're trying to go Catholic. A lot of churches are doing it. If we could help them come back, that'll be fine. If not, however that works. But they know there's some things that are on file at the church they can't get rid of. So it doesn't matter if they whether they like me or not. Even though I don't have any beef with anybody at the church, just a few people that were stealing stuff from me, but I'm not the one that has beef with them. They did something to me. I don't really care. I don't really have beef. It's just that if somebody does something, when people talk about somebody their flowers, we're not hungry for you to know that we did it. And if we could, we would just be like, I don't care about getting the credit. But legally, if I write something, I just have to say I wrote it. Like if I write something, somewhere it just has to be noted that I'm the writer. So that's just whatever. And I don't really have to fight too much because I'll say it like this. Stick around. Let me say this. If I tell you my name is SB Sharon Brown, and my brother's name is James. I used to call him Jay Z. Do I need to erase anything on Jay Z record? So he's still in my songs, and he just changing it a little bit. My name is SB Swiss Beats. So he took my name and my beat, the Money Cash Whole beats. Just think about the church. You got to know that I'm not lying about that. Just think about the church and running your fingers across the keyboards. Now, do you think that's a thing you do in church, or you think that's a thing you do in the hood? Just logic. But also, I did that at home, and there were people in my building I didn't realize that could hear me when I was singing and praying in my apartment. I mean, singing and playing in my apartment. I was just oblivious to it that my neighbors could hear me. Well, we didn't have the soundproofing. I never thought my neighbors heard me playing. Windows open, windows closed, it didn't matter. And some of them used to stand at the door. I didn't know that until one time, a couple of times. Uh, one of my neighbors, whose last name is Carter, I'm not lying to you. She used to come in my room and rob me of my songs and stuff like that. And she used to go to the church down there. I can't say she was really Christian. I'm not telling you that Christians did me wrong. Many of them in there weren't Christian. Like there's a lot of the Christians that didn't bother me. But the few people that come into church that only come to steal what the Christians are doing or whatever, those are the people that rob me. So I don't have any problems with any of the Christians. So, I used to have fun with it because we used to do that like in the church, running your fingers across the keyboard. So that Money Cash Hold beat, I don't call it Money Cash Hold, but whatever. I don't need to do anything to the records that Jay Z made because my brother's name is James, he's Jay Z, and I'm Sharon Brown, Swiss Beats. What do I need to change on your album? You're singing my stuff. All I need to do at some point convince the judge it's my stuff and you won't be able to get loans. You're gonna have a hard time getting loans. You're gonna have a hard time getting financing and stuff like that. Mm, mm. Oh, girl. Mm, how is it? guys, I know y'all enjoy the truth. It is kind of sad somebody got to live like that. I see God doesn't take pleasure in the destruction or the death of the wicked, but when he got to do it, he's going to do it. Mm. I called over to the area where the Brooklyn Nets are at, and I told them way before they built the Nets arena, I wanted to move over there. Mm, mm, mm. This is very bad for the person that was robbing me. I have proof. I called over to that area before he pretended he was the reason they built the stadium. I called them and told the man I want to purchase his property. He ain't got no smoke for me. If I God was making sure he catch him, I just called over there. I told the man I want to purchase his dentist office. It looks like a house, but it's an actual dental office. So I wanted to purchase it, and I thought they were going to start building up that area. This was way before they did the Nets arena. I wanted sports arena. I want more to be around New York City. I want to do a whole lot of stuff, not only New York, but whatever. Uh, you can't rob God or his children. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. You got to be on the side of justice. You can't take the side of somebody uh, because they're the underdogs. If they're not right, they're not telling the truth. You got to go with what's true. SB, Swiss Beats. My brother name is James, Jay-Z. We don't have to do nothing to the album. Our names are already on there. True. I'm eating a little something. I'm sorry it disconnected. Yeah. Uh, I just tell the truth. God is about to really shift some things around, so I want you guys to be prepared. He's going to give back the things that people stole from the Jews and the Christians. You're going to see it in your lifetime. The people that were supposed to get Grammys and people that were supposed to get awards and whatever, they're going to get what they're supposed to get. Um, the people, the script writers and stuff like that, the people who stole my scripts and my whatever, the things that they stole, I'm going to get credit for it. I hope people are happy for me because God judges after the heart. If your heart is not right and you hating on me because I'm doing the right thing, I don't know what to tell you. You can't say I'm not telling the truth. And if you listen to the story, you will want to look further and say, Dad, I should look into it. I can only tell you the truth. I'm a rap mogul. Other. Well, the people who help other people rob me to this day, I always said that the Jews and Christians don't have to worry. So the people that are still annoying me now, they must not be Jewish or Christian. I already said the Jews and the Christians don't have to worry about it. I'm not even looking at them for trying to, like saying they use myself. I'm not even going to bother them. So the ones that are still pretending like they don't know that somebody robbed my stuff, What are you trying to hide? You can't be Jewish or Christian because I'm forgiving anything if you're a Jewish or Christian. I'm not trying to hold anything against you. The credit and stuff that I deserve, I'm gonna get, whether you like it or not. So I don't have to hold it against my fellow Jewish or Christian. But the people that are not Jewish or Christian, you're doing it to, you're still trying to steal. God must have hardened their heart, like Pharaoh. When God is getting ready to destroy somebody, they harden their heart. He gives them a chance, then he hardens it more, and then he destroys them. Some people said some crazy stuff about God. They said Jesus can't save you, life begins when church ends. That is for you. That's for yourself. He can't save you. You don't have to get saved. You can go to hell if you want to. Fine. Say that to yourself. I want you to sing that song over and over to yourself. We tried all we could to see if you wanted Jesus, Yahweh, Holy Spirit. You don't want it. Fine. So when you sing that song, you know you made that song to yourself. Jesus can't save you. Life begins when the church ends. When we go up to heaven, life begins for us up there. It's not going to be pretty down here. For the Jews, it'll be all right, but not for the people that hate God. And then the woman said she plugs her menses with the Holy Scripture, the pages of the Holy Book. All that means, you understand that. The fake couple just try to disrespect God, but the women had to be put outside of the community when they had their menstruation in Israel in the Bible. You saying that you're gonna plug your menses with the Bible, your blood is not clean enough to be Jesus. Women do not run the world. Women are not God. God is not a woman. I'm a woman. I don't even want that. I'm a woman. It can't even be that. God is just a he. And then when he came as a man, he came as Jesus. He letting you know I am not a bitch. God basically saying I'm not a bitch. God is not a woman. Or when you saying you're gonna plug your menses with the Holy Bible, you want us to be startled and oh my God, it is disgusting. But at the end of the day, you go, this is like the kind of thing where you want God not to ever forgive you. Like you're trying to curse yourself, and He gonna let you curse yourself to where He can never forgive you. All right, if that's how you rolling, if you want to curse yourself so that God can't forgive you, go right ahead. She said Jesus can't save you. Life begins when the church ends. I mean, he said that. She said she plugged her menses with the page of the Holy Book. Your blood ain't clean enough. Jesus shed his blood already. You confused. Like, after we get over the intro, it's like, isn't that stupid? Your blood is sinful. She put it on. She want to put her sinful blood next to a standard she can't match. Your blood is full of sin. So she said she want to plug her menses with the Holy Book, but your blood is full of sin. God already said that. So when you put it near the Bible or on the Bible, that Bible tells you why you are a sinner and you can never go to heaven, and because you want to stay that way. So it's almost like you cursing yourself by even if you did put it on the Bible will speak that this blood is going to hell. This person is going to hell. I saw this blood. I said, the Bible already tells you this one's going to hell. How did you hurt God by letting everybody know you're demonic and you want to put your mentions on the Holy Scripture? This is a song or poem she wrote on Lemonade. Um, if I tell you I was writing an album called Lemonade, you wouldn't believe that either. Okay. So, so most of the albums of certain people, they're using all my stuff. But I used to hand a lot of my songs into the pastors down the block. Then he would go on tour with them and on the road and play keyboard for them. I'm telling you, they took my song. If it's not apparent, my mother's name is Annie, Hard Knocks Life. My nickname is Peaches. When they get nasty, he calls her Peaches. That's what she said in her song. She played in the movie Sharon. He before her, somebody was doing this. He had somebody named Foxy Brown. Like it, he. It don't stop. It don't stop. Yeah, that's what I do with this and him. She ought to be cursing herself worse than he did. I really want my stuff back so I can use it to worship God. But it looks like I still have it because when you read the names, when you read out the names, it's just me and my brother's name. My brother's name is James. My name is Sharon Brown. If you say, look at this album by Jay-Z and Swiss Beats is the producer. My name is SB. My brother's name is James. Who that look like? Well, does it look like his album or does it look like mine? Then you wonder why record companies own people's masters and won't give them back. Why record companies own people's masters and won't give them back? They've been stealing people's stuff out of the community, and then they put the record company on the hook, like the record company was a thief. I didn't realize Sony wasn't the bad guy. We forgive Michael now because he got saved. Sony wasn't even the bad guy. There might be some bad guys in there. They wasn't even the ones robbing people. The artists kept saying they wrote the song. Many of the artists keep saying they're songwriters. No, you're not. You still. I'm Sharon. I don't care if you play it in the movie Sharon. Just don't make you me. On top of that, I do hip hop. I'm from Bed-Stuy. Does that make sense? It doesn't make sense. I'm from Bed-Stuy and I do hip hop. But you gotta be all up in the hip hop. Like, and then the man that keeps stealing from me keeps trying to get me to come meet him. He asked me to come to a show that Solange was doing. The two of them wanted me to come there. He wanted to meet me by himself. I was at the Knicks game. He got to come there. He came by himself. You know I'm gonna be there. He come by himself. They called me onto the floor to play Simon Says. He gets up out of his seat to walk past us. All the people coming on the floor, all the people coming on the floor to play Simon Says at the Knicks game. The celebrities don't gotta come out. When you hear them call us down to the floor at halftime to play Simon Says, why don't you just wait so you don't have to see us because you're a celebrity? We going on the floor to play Simon Says. Here comes Oompa Loompa Jay-Z. You just gotta grab my hand, but not like hello miss. You gotta grab it like, oh, you the most delicate. I'm like, you live around where I grew up. You don't live far from me. You knew I lived in the neighborhood. You were robbing me. I didn't know you lived in the neighborhood. When I was being robbed by JC, I didn't know he lived in Bed-Stuy. I didn't know he lived in my neighborhood. The girl that used to come to my house and rob my stuff, I lie not. Her last name is Carter. She goes by a different last name, but her father's last name is Carter, or that's what her mama said. Child, please. It's a big story. Yeah. I don't know. She goes by the name Carter. They're in trouble. God gonna get them. So what I've been doing, I just chill and just tell the truth. I'm gonna be out. Peace.